Merry Halloween. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm late. But no, this video's release date is in no way related to pre-made schedules or projects that never made it past conception. No, it's because if any of you were to be exposed to this unfathomable creature on Halloween, you might just die on the spot. I hate bampoo in Salmon. Of all the chargers, I consider it the worst. And mind you, I don't mind playing chargers in Salmon Run. They have a role on a team working as boss killers. But bampoo has never really worked as well as it could. Sniper weapons are generally built around single target damage. Horde shooters are based on having a million enemies on screen at once. These concepts are pretty opposed to each other, so snipers in these types of games usually have something to help them out. In Left 4 Dead, snipers have piercing shots, which lets them deal with hordes more effectively. In TF2, snipers can buy explosive headshots, which gives them an AoE attack. Payday 2, snipers can use the skill Graze, which also gives the player AoE damage. And in Splatoon, chargers have high damage and piercing shots, which allows them to handle lesser salmonids well enough to get by and serve as boss slayers. But bampoo lacks both of these. The main feature bampoo has is a fast charge speed, but only being able to hit one enemy at a time makes it really hard to deal with hordes in less optimal conditions. Cohawks taking more than one shot to kill can really hurt your ability to stand your ground. Now, most weapons can't fight forever and will have to flee at some point, but even then, bampoo isn't amazing at movement due to its paint being pretty inconsistent a lot of the time. Bampoo also isn't particularly good at killing bosses. Not only is a one-shot more optimal in most cases, bampoo lacks the range to take on bosses from afar. You have to play more aggressively to get stuff done, with a weapon that isn't great at fighting lesser salmonids. But bampoo's problems go deeper than some other weapons. Undercover wasn't very good. They increased the damage and now it's tolerable. How do you fix bampoo? If it could fight hordes, it would be able to handle itself, but the real reason it can't fight hordes is because it doesn't have piercing shots. Salmon Run weapons often have different damage stats from the multiplayer versions. Bampoo already does, but I really doubt the balance team would be willing to give it an entire new mechanic. You'll only really notice a damage difference if you're actively looking for it. And how the weapon feels to play doesn't change that much. But adding piercing shots exclusively to Salmon Run, that's a very serious change to how the weapon works. Imagine if in Salmon Run the splatter shot had an under-barrel grenade launcher or whatever. But in multiplayer it works the same as it does now. That would be weird. It would be weird to play. You're basically just using a different weapon now. Bampoo's main problems can't be fixed without affecting multiplayer balance in some way, which I think is part of why they haven't actually tried to balance it. But for my take on it, buff its max charge damage to 200. This would let it two-shot Cohawks, and by extension, it would be able to handle hordes much more effectively. It would also let it kill tankier bosses in fewer shots, while not reaching any breakpoints for weaker enemies. Drizzlers and Steel Eels take one less shot, while Steelheads don't change. If we can't let it pierce or fight from long range, give it good damage. Let it be aggressive. I doubt it would be the bestest weapon ever of all time, but I think this buff would at least let the user feel more effective in most situations, and it's probably the best we can do without adding new mechanics.